Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me. We are breaking out the Glimmer Hot Foiling machine today. We're using a new collection called Hexi-Gems over at the Spellbinders shop. This is the Hexi-Gems Blooms, Hexi-Gem Blooms. It has the beautiful floral here, and then it has a die that will cut it out. So it's a glimmer plate and a die set. And then I'll be using, this is new, this is pretty neat. This is the Hexi-Gem Sentiments glimmer plate set and die set. If you glimmer your sentiments all at once, you can die cut them out all at once. I think it's pretty fabulous. So we'll be using this for our sentiments today. I'm going to create a background with this. And before we do that, I want to get my foiling all finished because I have my Glimmer Hot Foil machine all warmed up and ready to go. I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to add my Hexi-Gem Bloom. We'll place this right over the top. And I'm also going to take my Hexi-Gem Sentiments. We'll take that out as well. I'm going to let this heat up, and I have some foil today. I love pewter. This is the GLF 023, and again it's pewter, and I love it because it's like a chocolate brown color, and I just think this looks really elegant. We're going to use this to foil our floral and our sentiments today. I'm bringing in my quick trimmer, and we're going to just trim down a piece. We're actually trimmed down two, and it looks like my timer just stopped. I'm hoping this is big enough. We'll place our foil face down. I have my cardstock here. I'm going to place this on that foil, and then I have my sandwich. I have a well-loved glimmer plate, and then I have a couple shims that I use with cardstock, and I'm going to add. And then I'm going to run this through my Platinum 6. Let me just remove my plates here. And I'll be right back. It's been a while since I foiled, and I just forget how pretty the results are. I'm going to go ahead and remove the foil. And it looks like I missed the spot over here. So we're going to do a redo. Let me push this over here. Maybe reposition it on mine. The nice thing is if you mess up, your foil plate's still hot, and you can do a really quick redo with it. So let's add our foil, place our cardstock, and then I'll run this through once more. Let's see if the second time's a charm. Yes, second time, it just foiled beautifully. Isn't that so gorgeous? I love this floral. Now we're going to remove our floral, let that cool down, and then I'm going to add my sentiment here. We'll trim down another piece of foil for this. And it looks like we're ready to roll. Put the foil face down. I'm going to grab another piece of cardstock. And then I'll add my sandwich. When the timer stops flashing, that means my glimmer plate is ready to go. And hopefully it just takes one shot here. While this is warming up or heating up, what we're going to do next is take our essential Hexi-Gems And I'm going to do a little bit of die cutting. I'm going to die cut a few sets here. I'm going to layer 3 of these together, and then I'll layer 3 smaller ones together. I picked the dies that I'm going to use, and I was going to grab my cardstock, but this finished up, I'm going to run this through my die cut machine. We'll go ahead, and it foiled just lovely. We have a lot of, just about every sentiment you can imagine. Wonderful. And that's all the foiling that we're going to do today. Just with those 2. I'm going to put this off to the side. And we're going to bring in our die set, and we'll die cut all at once. So that worked out good. I have our Hexi-Gem sentiments, and then I also have our Hexi-Gem bloom, and we'll line these up. I'm going to tape them down. And while we're die cutting, I have my essential Hexi-Gems. We have Fog. This is the new peach sorbet, the newest I should say, and then this is barely peach. So we're going to do a little die cutting. I'm going to take the Fog, die cut it out with the largest of the 2 sets. I'm going to bring in another piece, but I'm going to die cut out 7 of the smaller ones here. Now with my peach sorbet, I'll take my next color and I'll die cut out these 2. I'll again die cut out 7 of these, and then with my barely peach, I'll take the smallest of the largest, if that makes sense, and then I will die cut out 7 of these smaller ones. So I have a little bit of die cutting to do. When we're done, we're going to come back and do a little coloring on our glimmer floral. Okay, we have all of our die cutting done. I love that it's just one die that will cut out all of these sentiments. Pretty fabulous. Okay, so we have our sentiments. I'm not sure which one we're going to use today, but we have lots of options. I am going to color in my floral really quickly, and I'm going to use some grays and teals for this. We're going to keep it nice and subtle. I'm going to zoom in. These are off to the side, and coloring is all done, and for my first card we're going to piece together all of these, just layering. I have 7 sets, and what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of glue and layer all 3 of these together like so, and we'll do that to all 7 sets. Okay, I'm just finishing up with all of my gems. Now we're going to take our card base. I'm using an A2 size card base, and I'm actually going to bring in, and then I have a piece of white cardstock. I'm going to take my essential rectangles. This is the largest dotted detail piece. I'm going to place it in the corner of my panel. There is a larger die that you can use, but I'm not going to use it. I just want a little bit of a polka dotted border on the edge of a panel that I'm going to create. So I will tape this down and I'll run this through my die cut machine. Okay, so we have our panel, and now I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer, and I'm going to trim this panel down so we just have a little bit of a polka dotted border. Now I'm going to take my hexes. Now I'm going to arrange all of my Hexi-Gems on the panel here. And I'm not sure where I want to put them. Now I placed them where I want them. I'm not worried about this section because my floral will cover it. But I did need one more because we have this open section. I just think it looks off balance. So I die cut out 3 more. So basically you're going to die cut out 8 sets of these. I know I originally said 7, but 8's the magic number. We'll layer these together, and then I'll take my last one. We'll add some glue behind here, and we'll tack this down on the end. I'll use my scissors, and we'll trim away the excess. And since we do have this extra piece, we can put this over here if we wanted to. And you know what? I think I will. I think I'm going to add this last piece on this side. And to make it fit, I need to trim a little bit away. And then we have a background. And again, I'm not worried about this side here because it's going to be covered. Let's add some glue behind our background panel. We're going to take this and place it right in the center of our card base. I'm going to add some foam squares behind our pretty Hexi-Gem floral. I'm gonna trim off one side of here. I'm gonna trim off. I trimmed off the fishtail on one side of this, and then I'm gonna add some foam tape behind here. I think that's a good spot. I am gonna add some gems, and I think we're gonna stick with the silver theme. So I'm bringing in the Spellbinders Color Essential Silver Mix. And I'm going to add a few gems to the center of the flowers here. I think that's the right amount. I think that looks really pretty. And with these, I was going to put this in my background, but we didn't need to use these. So we can save these for another card if we wanted to. And maybe we can... you know what? Let's take... And you know what? Since we have these, I was going to use this on this card, but I think this is just beautiful the way it is. And we have the panel that didn't foil too well. I'm going to go ahead and color this in. I'll die cut this out, and we'll make another quick card for today's project. To create it and to get rid of the unfoiled part, what I'm going to do is take the largest die that we used here. I'm going to line it up like this. It looks kind of funny, bear with me. I'm going to run this through my die cut machine. And I'll be right back. Now I ran this through, so we have this very odd shape. But I'm going to take the die that we used to cut the image out. I'm going to line this up here. And then I will tape it down. And I will run this through my die cut machine. Okay, so we have that Hexi-Gem edge here that will fit perfect on here. You can see, I think that's we can salvage this, right? I'm gonna color this in and layer these together, and I'll be right back. Okay, my coloring is all done. I layered these together. I did die cut out a piece of pop-up foam using the same essential Hexi-Gem die. And then I did take my essential rectangles, and I did this a little bit different. Instead of doing a panel, I went ahead and put polka dots directly on my card base, so you can kind of see through it. And my card's not closing, so I better use my bone folder and try and get that closed again. So we have a little bit of something extra in our background. I'm going to tack this down so we can add our Hexi-Gem right down the middle. I'm going to use my tape runner, add the pop-up foam to the back, and then I'll use glue on this side since I have it out. We will tack this down to the center here. I'm going to take my floral that we chopped the bad parts off of, and we'll add some foam behind here. And then we'll tack this down. Instead of going to the gray, I went up to the peach sorbet cardstock. And then for my sentiment for this card, we can use, I'll bring back my Color Essential Gems, and we'll fill in some of those flowers. Maybe we'll fill in the little berries on here with the small ones. Do I have enough? I don't think I have one. Let's see, I have some extra silvers here. I don't think I have enough to fill in those berries with these, but you could, that's an option too. But I will add a little bit more over here. And I think that's just the right amount. So, not a bad card, considering it was something that I would have tossed. But those are my card projects today using the Spellbinders brand new collection called Hexi-Gems. I hope you get a chance to check it out. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.